Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us for a reacting to video. And the reason for doing this is that yesterday on the channel, we put up my 10 youngsters to watch video where we had a look at 10 youngsters to watch, go figure, in the championship. And in the research for this video, I did check back and have a look, because I made the same video last season. Which youngsters did I tip to do something in the championship this past season? We're going to have a look back at those 10 players I tipped to keep your eye on, and we'll see, kind of grade me. We'll see if it was a good call or a bad call, let's just say. Here is the first player last season I tipped to have a good season, maybe a breakthrough in the championship. Here's the first one. That's Callum Styles, who broke through last season there at Barnsley. 5 starts, but 17 appearances in total. I believe, and Barnsley fans help me out here, he was playing at left wing back. The heat map would intimate. So I remember him scoring from that sort of position in that crazy escape. Come on, that's got to go down as a good call. Flagging up Callum Styles. It did seem like an obvious one because he did look very good at the end of the season with Gerhard Struber. I did intimate that in the end he's going to make his way into central midfield. That did not happen last season. It was Styles down the left and Britton down the right, then Mowat and Matty James, and then Mowat and Palmer, wasn't it? So I could say the same thing this season, but Callum Styles is now most definitely established as a good championship player, a young, saleable asset there. And I'm sorry, I'm having that one as a good call. Let's move on to the second player I tipped last season. I'm not going to put Louis Sibley in, just so there's not 2 Derby players in my 10, but obviously he's excellent, so is Buchanan, so is Knight, etc., etc. We know. But Max Bird, I'm really excited for, playing in central midfield alongside of Wayne Rooney. What a great mentor. Yeah, it's always fun to look back, isn't it? So of all those Derby players, I went for Max Bird. Now, lots of mitigating factors, but I'm afraid this has to go down as a bad call. But I'm big enough and ugly enough to admit that. There was Sibley. There was Buchanan. Sibley probably disappointed me the most, actually. There was Bird. If I'd have said Jason Knight, I think he was the one who stepped up the most in a very bad season for Derby. But listen to what I'm saying. I'm talking about the midfield axis between Wayne Rooney and Max Bird. Well, not only is Max Bird going to kind of find his way out of the team, but Wayne Rooney's going to find his way out of the team and into the dugout as manager. So, look, we will have a look. And for my sins, I did put another Derby player on the list, but given he'd already played 21 games the previous season, that's got to go down as a bad call, hasn't it? I did allow myself loan players last season. I haven't this season. So here, with that being said, is number 3. There is Rhys Norrington Davies. Now, okay, some people will get cross with me because he's on loan. He's on loan from Sheffield United, but I'm excited to see him. Remember, what he's working towards is probably the favourite, if you're a fullback, manager to play for in the country, really, in Chris Wilder. No, he's not. Chris Wilder got fired, didn't he? I wasn't to know that. I thought Chris Wilder would never get fired in a million years. There we go. Look, in terms of that prophecy, not correct, but Norrington Davies was good for Luton. I know he wound up the Luton fans by, saying he was stepping up to Stoke, etc. But he certainly was, and that was his first championship season, a decent enough championship left wing back or left full back. And we'll see if he gets anywhere near, not Chris Wilder's Sheffield United, Slavisa Jukanovic's Sheffield United, who may want to play fullbacks rather than centre-backs, but he's still got Ender Stevens and Max Lowe in those positions as well. Is that a thumbs in the middle, that one? I think it's a good call. I do, considering his first season. Go on, you let me know what you think in the comments. Here comes number 4. There's Marcus Tavernier. We're quite familiar with him, but I think it could be, well, it's make or break, really. Is he going to be a super top player? Is he going to be a standard championship player? Well, I think that's the minimum now for him. Look at that
27 starts, 37 appearances last season.
I mean, was he a star for Middlesbrough last season? No, not really. I've got it in front of me. 29 starts is a fair amount, but I mean, I don't know about injuries or whatnot there. 3 goals, 4 assists. Did he step up and become a key player? No. Is he a serviceable Championship player? Yes. Will Warnock use him next season? Probably. I don't think his contract expired. So, yeah, probably given that he was already on the scene and I was allowing myself 21-year-old players, I've got to go down as a bad call, that one. Or is it a thumbs in the middle? I don't know. You let me know in the comments. But I'm not overly impressed with that as a call, I have to say. Here's number 5, anyway.
And there is Troy Parrott. Look, I know it's another loanee from the Premier League, but 18 years old, Troy Parrott. Every Millwall fan I've spoken to is so excited about Troy Parrott. On loan from Spurs, we know Harry Kane made that route on loan to loads of clubs down in the Championship.
Nonsense. Rubbish. Troy Parrott did not pull up any trees. He didn't pull up any weeds or any daisies or anything of any kind at Millwall or at Ipswich, then at League One level. I'm not having a pop at Troy Parrott. Good luck to him. He's a young player. I think, what was he, 18 when I was talking about that? Millwall fans were excited. I was excited for Millwall fans. Was he going to fill in the Morrison and Gregory-shaped hole? No. And I think we can all get behind the fact that that was not a good call in terms of a one to watch there. So, and good luck to Troy Parrott. We'll see where he turns up this season. But yeah, that's a bad call, isn't it? Let's have a look at player number 6.
Adam Ida. Now, he's not on loan. He's owned by Norwich. 19 years old. Now, Daniel Farker has traditionally played a 4-2-3-1. Teemu Pukki obviously has earned the main slot, especially in the Championship with his 29 goals last time. They've got Hugo as the physical option and maybe an option to go alongside if Norwich are chasing a game. We don't think they're going to be chasing many.
See, I'm good at my caveats, aren't I? I don't always bury myself. So Adam, Ida, whatever. Yeah, I suggested he was going to be a star. And then I listed the exact reasons why he didn't end up being a star. Teemu Pukki never gets injured and scores loads of goals in the Championship. And Hugo was ahead of him as the option. Probably should have gone out on loan with hindsight. Didn't get near the team. Carlton Morris, another Norwich player, ended up going out and then ultimately being sold, didn't he? Went out to MK and then got sold to Barnsley. I suspect we may see Adam Ida in the Championship on loan because Norwich got promoted. As I suggested, they won't lose many games. So that's a bad call. Again, I'm not doing very well here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy if I say the good calls. 2 good calls out of 6 so far. But I've got a good feeling about the next one.
Michael Elise, again, this is a bit of a no-brainer. Look, already 13 starts for Reading last season, 19 total appearances. And another one who's going to work his way into a central midfield. And he's got good people to work with John Swift, Ovi, Ejaria, Andy Rinomota. Maybe he can, work his way off the bench and into that sort of starting 3.
Interesting. So, definitely a good call because Michael Elise was brilliant and has just been sold to the Premier League and Crystal Palace for a club record for Reading. I think I'm right in saying that. And I did say something fairly astute that they would try and drip him in. They couldn't drip him in because of injuries to John Swift. He was out for loads of games. Yaku Maite as well. And I mentioned central midfield. He was more used maybe right-hand side of a 4-2-3-1. I've got the numbers here. 44 played, so 37 starts in the Championship for a player who started the season aged 18, for goodness sake. 7 goals, 12 assists. Can I win one back? That's got to be an excellent call rather than a good call. Look, the Reading fans will tell me it was a no-brainer, but you've got to go and do it. And I stuck my head above the parapet and boarded the Michael Elise train, and I'm saying good call there. So I reckon I'm 3 good calls and 4 bad calls so far. Let's go to player number 8.
Again, an easy one here. Tyreese Campbell, Look at that. 18 starts, 9 goals last season. So he's definitely, already proven himself to be a decent Championship striker.
I mean, that one was too easy, wasn't it, Tyreese Campbell? He was already very good. So maybe a bit of a tap-in for me. Unfortunately, he got injured, didn't he? And kind of Stoke's season went with him. In the end, he he made 13 starts, 6 goals, 5 assists in 13 starts for Tyreese Campbell, sort of, I don't know, like right-sided forward or a centre-forward who likes to drift out. He's very good, but they couldn't get him on the pitch often enough. I hope he's doing well from the injury. I'm going to say it's a good call, but I'm sure you'll all say, it's stating the bleeding obvious there. That's why I've gone for under 21 years of age this season, although Tyreese Campbell at this time last year was 20 and would have been within the rules I'm using this year. So look, that's a good call. So I'm saying Styles, Norrington, Davis, Elise and Campbell were good calls. 4 out of 8. I'm halfway there. Here's number 9 of 10. Who is it?
There is Ben Cabango. Swansea, I say they let Mike van der Hoorn go. I'm sure he ran his contract down, frankly, but I'm sure they would have been more comfortable knowing that they had Ben Cabango to come in here alongside Joe Rodden next season.
God, it's revealing this stuff. Joe Rodden's going to get sold. I didn't know that. And Max Bird playing alongside Wayne Rooney and Rhys Norrington-Davis going to go and work for Chris Wilder and Ben Cabango playing next to Joe Rodden. None of those things end up happening for one reason or the other. So Cabango, 30 appearances, 28 starts, ended the season. He and Mark Guay, who's also gone to Crystal Palace with Michael Elise. They're picking up the Championship's best, aren't they? Ovie Ejaria, who certainly would have been on most people's radar. Ovie Ejaria. Eberici Eze. There we go. 2 dreadlocked midfielders. So I saw an excellent game between Reading and QPR, where those two came up against each other. Anyway, Palace are collecting really decent Championship players. But Ben Cabango, okay. Was it a bit of an open goal? Maybe, but it was a good call. And, we mentioned Guay, not going to be there anymore. Van der Hoorn, not going to be. I wonder if Cabango's stepping up. They've got Bennett there with the experience as well. Carl Norton can come in and play, but Cabango, useful season, and he's ready for 35, 40 games. How old is he now? Still 21, and he won't be 22 until the end of next season, 30th of May. Although Swansea fans will hope next season is continuing because they'll be in the playoffs if it is, or even better than that. But I'm sorry, that's a good call, Cabango, even if it's a bit of an easy one. So I'm giving myself 5 good calls and 4 bad calls now. I'm in credit. Let's move on to my 10th one to watch from last season.
We're talking about a Brazilian 18-year-old, so this could go either way, but could be a hell of a lot of fun in the Championship with Watford if he stays and makes some minutes for them. We'll see what he does.
João Pedro. 38 played, 31 starts. They used him a lot. In the end, Deeney and Gray and Parisa, no. And it was João Pedro and Sarr. Look, Sarr really stepped up, didn't he? And Ken Sema up the front for Watford. How many goals did he score? 9 goals in 31 starts, 2 assists. I don't think I can give myself a good call for that one, given it's a relegated Premier League team and they spent a few million quid on him and he's down on Football Manager as a Brazilian wonder kid or what have you. So, look, let's say no, João Pedro, not a good call. But I couldn't put Ismaila Sarr down because he was worth an absolute fortune anyway. So there you go. That's my reaction to my last season's 10 players to watch. That, of course, is because we did our 10 youngsters to watch for this season yesterday. So, look, you can see you don't even need to hold me to account. I'll hold myself to account. So I'm saying Callum Styles was a good call. Max Bird, a bad call. Rhys Norrington-Davis, a good call. Marcus Tavernier and Troy Parrott and Adam Eder, all bad calls in the end. None of them broke out, did they? Michael Elise and Tyreese Campbell and Ben Cabango were good calls. And João Pedro, I can't really take any credit for that one. So 5 and 5. Straight down the middle, a bit like my Euros predictions. Do get involved. Let me know what you think in terms of looking back on those predictions. And, of course, go and have a look. Rather than being wise after the event, go and have a look at the 10 youngsters to watch. Because YouTube does date your comments. And as much as not an hour of the day goes by where someone isn't telling me they're smarter than me on YouTube, you have the chance to be ahead of the curve here. So let me know your 10 youngsters to watch. Just a bit of fun, but it does give us a good discussion about the likely players you think might step out at your club this season. And this is one video where I normally say, please leave your bias at the door and stop banging on about your club. There's not a 23. Probably do want to hear about your club in these terms, because these players, hopefully we're trying to pick out, haven't broken through just yet. Or I did give myself a couple of open goals where I suppose the likes of Tavernier, Cabango had already sort of broken through to some extent, hadn't they? But there you go. That is my reaction to my 10 youngsters to watch for last season. And one more plug, go and check out 10 youngsters to watch. 21, 22 this season. Look, there's a giveaway of a few. Jebison, Wood Gordon, Conway, Greaves. There's 6 more as well, so you have to go and watch the video to check it out. But there is my reaction to last season. So I've had my say, you have yours. Get in the comments and enjoy the sunshine and your freedom, however long it lasts. And it's a big, lovely over and out for me. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.